Hey guys, in today's video, I'm gonna be using Shayla's new collection that she is launching with ColourPop. So here is the full collection. 16 pan palette, 2 loose highlighters, 3 lipsticks. I love the formula of ColourPop's Luxe lipsticks and a lip gloss. So in this video, I'm gonna show you guys swatches of the products, and then I'm also gonna do a tutorial. I think it was kind of like a quicker tutorial, this is it right now, of like the eyeshadow look using the palette, the lip products, and then I also used some of the highlight on my body. See my shoulders. So today's look I actually got from Shayla. I was watching her Instagram stories today and I saw her makeup look, and I like literally I saw it, I was like, oh my god, that looks so good. And I kept watching her snaps and she said she wore her palette. I was like, Shayla, can I recreate that look today because it looks so good. I loved it. It's like a halo, smoky, cut crease, and you know, I love these tones. This is like a taupey tone, which when you look at the palette, you don't really think that this look came from this palette, right? But this color right here, it's actually like maybe like a satin formula, but it goes on and it blends so nicely. I didn't think it was gonna add that much like depth to the eyeshadow, but it did. It blended out really, really well. So that's the look that I'm creating today. The look was inspired by Shayla, using Shayla's collection. It's a very Shayla day, but I'm super excited for her. I think this collection is amazing. It's the perfect representation of her, just all the colors, everything, the names, especially the names, they're very Shayla. And I love all the products in here. I think they're incredible. If you're thinking about buying them, you just should because they're really amazing. And I really, really love this eyeshadow palette. I think it's bomb. Anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead and get started with the swatches and then we'll move on to the tutorial. Shayla's collection has a total of 7 pieces. There's a 16 pan eyeshadow palette. It has an assortment of warm colors, neutrals, and really bold, colorful shades. 3 different colored bullet lipsticks and a shimmery lip gloss. Really pretty colors, a nude, a coral, and then a deeper kind of pinky mauve shade. And then lastly, she has 2 loose powder highlighters. One is a really pretty softer gold, and then the other one is kind of more of a peachy rose gold. We're gonna get started using the Perception palette. So I've already prepped, primed, concealed, and I already did some eyeshadow primer, and now we're just gonna get started with this. We're just gonna jump right in. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Culture, which is the shade here. And we're gonna do some blending in the upper crease area. This is such a great transition blending shade, a nice mid-tone. Now I'm gonna start building the halo shade. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And I'm gonna use a smaller detailer brush, and I'm gonna start with the darker matte shade, which is Played Out. This shade right here. So I'm just gonna kind of build this out here, and then I'm gonna go over it with Titus, but I wanna add the depth first with this color. I feel like it's been such a long time since I've done a halo look. I really miss halo looks. It used to be like my main jam, like all the time. It's like the perfect brush to do this because it's like kind of more flat. It's not super fluffy, but it's also tapered. So it's not gonna apply too much of the eyeshadow at once. All right, we've got the shape created with the matte shadow, and now I'm gonna go in with Titus. I think that's really sweet that she put Titus in here. That's like a very good tribute to him. And it's a really pretty color, like taupey gray, almost like a grayish blue color. So I'm gonna be using Titus on top of the matte shade that I just used. Normally, I would be not inclined to put like a shimmery color anywhere but the lid, like blending it out, but we're gonna do it today. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna use the same brush and just start buffing it on top of the color we already added. Wow, this I probably didn't even need to do the one underneath this. I feel like this deepens it up really nicely and it looks really good blended out. And then on the inner corner, damn, this color is like really good. I'm feeling very good about this right now. All right, so now I'm ready to cut the crease. And what I like to use, which I'm sure most of you guys know already, is the Kat Von D. This is the Lock-It Concealer in the shade Whiteout, the white one. It just works really well and it doesn't crease. Although I have been using less products, that way it doesn't get, you know, cakey on my lids. This is a Royal & Lang nickel brush. It's like a flat, pretty dense flat concealer brush. I totally broke it right here, but it's still hanging in there. I don't know, it's like, I feel like it's more like a paintbrush. So I'm just gonna apply the most of the product in the top area and then kind of pull it down instead of adding it like really heavily all over. Since I have semi-hooded lids, I like to put it above the fold right here so that way it doesn't get buried under the fold. So I'm just gonna All right, so now for the lid color, ooh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. I know why Shayla was feeling it now. The next shade I'm gonna use is Unbothered. This one's kind of got like an opal-y vibe to it. It looks very white, like a white gold in the pan, but it has a really cool reflect to it. And I'm just gonna pat this in the center with my finger. And then I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush. This is actually a lip brush from Smashbox. And get it up here. Just bring it all the way up to the edge. And then lightly buff it out so it's not like a harsh line. I always like to check to see what it looks like with my eyes closed, you know? Make sure it doesn't... That tends to happen easily with a halo type of look. All right, so the eyeshadow is almost done. I'm gonna come back in with the tightest color and add some more to the outer edges here. And also kind of blend these edges together a little bit more. Now that those are blended in, I'm going to take Stallion. I love that name, Stallion. This is like, I don't know if it's a really dark blue base or a black base, but it has blue reflex in it, which is really cool. You can see Stallion right here. I'll swatch them too, but just that way you guys can get a vibe. I'm like really feeling using these shimmery colors in places that I normally wouldn't. I feel like my eyes have been opened to a whole new world. There we go. Just makes it a little bit smokier. I'm just gonna use this color on the outer corners, not the inner. Next step is to just add some liner, nothing fancy, because you know, we got the halo thing going on. All the way across the lash line. This is just my Inglot gel liner, tried and true. Oh, you know, one more thing I wanted to do with a really tiny brush. I'll use Played Out, and then I'm just gonna cut, lightly cut this. That way it's a little bit more defined, even though it's pretty defined already. It just adds like an extra, you know, a little. I'm obsessed with these colors. You guys know I love a good taupey shade, and this one mixed with like the Unbothered color is just giving it to me right now. It's giving me a lot of things. So the lashes that I picked for today, I actually pulled them out of my car just now. I had them last night when we were driving home really late. I was like, my lashes need to go. And I took them off and I put them in a safe spot on the center console. And I went out to my car, went to go get them, and I was like really hoping they were still there. Like, please, they're a brand new pair. I just trimmed them yesterday. Don't let them be gone. And they were still there, so I'm pretty happy. These are from Flutter Lashes, and they're called Cat Eye. It's a very wispy, kind of more rounded lash. I do trim off a lot of it, so it's not quite so rounded anymore. But I feel like these will look really good with a halo shape. So now I'm gonna move on to complexion. I'm gonna go through it fairly quickly. I'm back to my L'Oreal Pro Glow. And I've been using a foundation brush. Isn't that crazy? I know nobody thought they would see the day. It's very weird. But now it's like this Real Techniques one is just, it's just really been vibing with me. I feel like it does make me go faster. I spend less time pouncing. So anything that can save me a few minutes here and there is something that I need. Always start filming like when the sun's really bright, and then by the time I get to the end of the video, the sun is gone. It really upsets me that my lighting changes that much while I film. It's like, I wish I could be an early morning filmer, but I just can't. This is just a lighter color concealer that I like to use, not for the whole area, but to brighten up certain areas of my under eyes. You see how it just makes certain areas brighter. Not everywhere, because I think that would be a little bit overwhelming, but just some spots. And I finally transferred my setting powder, because the RCMA powder has like the worst packaging possible. So I moved some into one of my travel containers. So I'm gonna use my RCMA powder and set my under eyes, and I am gonna mix in a little bit of the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. Makes it look a little bit brighter. All right, I'm gonna try out one of the new Morphe highlighters. This is the shade Extra, their high impact highlighter. You know, I normally don't wear like pinky blushes, but this color, I don't know what it was. Probably because it's not super pink. It's more of like a muted, it's actually a lavender pink. Which is pretty far off from what I normally wear. So I'm like pretty far off from like a soft pink to a peach. Anyway, this color is just really cool. I feel like especially with this cooler tone shadow. Check this out. This is just, I feel like this is like my new pink jam. I miss NARS blushes. I used to like be obsessed with them. I haven't used them in a long time. You see that? I was just like, I don't know. It's like a cool blush, but still gives me vibes. And it's got a little bit of a sheen to it. Yeah, I'll keep putting it on. I'll keep going. Don't think I won't. Okay, I should stop. All right, we're gonna finish up the under eyes. I'm gonna do this like kind of quickly. Now I'm gonna add some black into the waterline. This is a Smashbox pencil. And then I'm gonna add some black eyeshadow. I like to set it. You guys know I love to set my waterline. And then also smudge a little bit into the lash line. This is an e.l.f. flat eyeliner brush. I like that this one's like a little bit more flexible. Some of the flat brushes are so firm. It's like, ow, you know? I'm gonna add a little bit more Titus. I think this might be my new favorite eyeshadow color. I say that anytime I use a new taupe, but this one, the fact that it has a little bit of shimmer in it, and I really love it blended out, is kind of like giving me a lot of life. It makes it look less dry, you know? But it's not too overpowering. I'm always kind of a puss when it comes to smoking out the lower lash line. I'm not gonna lie, I'll be the first to admit it. And then my mascara. Okay, now I'm gonna show you guys the highlight on my shoulders. Typically what I do, I don't like to put highlight on dry skin. I might do an oil or something, but I would like to put it on top of something besides dry skin. So you can either moisturize with Nivea, or if I'm just sitting here, I'll use a little bit of MAC strobe cream. This is the Gold Light. And this is, I love using this brush, the Smashbox Stippling Foundation Brush. I actually really love a lot of the Smashbox brushes. I feel like on every video, somebody asks me what I use on my under eyes. This is the Smashbox Buildable Cheek. Not really my cup of tea for blush, but I really love to use it on the under eyes. And now I'm gonna take some of Shayla's highlight. This is the loose highlight in the shade Boomin'. This is the more gold, the lighter gold color out of the two of them. And then you just want to, this is like a really good body color for me. Ooh, it's hard to do this. I don't know why I'm making this face. This is like my love. I'm shiny right now. I'm shining. All right, so I'm gonna line my lips with Bow and Arrow. This is a Kat Von D lip liner. All right, so this is the shade Quickie. And then I'm gonna top it off with her lip gloss. This is Neat Freak, which she is definitely a neat freak. This is a sparkly, peachy gold kind of lip gloss. All right, guys, so that wraps up today's tutorial and swatch party of Shayla's collection with ColourPop. I think this palette's amazing. I love the colors in here, and I feel like you can do a lot of different types of looks, and it's not your standard like warm neutral palette. I think it's incredible. I think the lipstick colors are amazing. Everything is very Shayla. I love the collection. Love the lipsticks, the gloss, the palette, and the highlighters are beautiful. So congratulations, Shayla, on your ColourPop collab. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. Hell no. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is when I look my best. I don't think John's gonna appreciate it the way I need him to. Turbo, would you appreciate it? No. Hey. Be cool story, Katy. Okay. I feel kind of bridal with this backdrop. I don't know why. I feel like I'm having a bridal moment. All right.